No, I'm not going to include memory cards, VRs, or discs. The reason is I just want to have a chill video. I just don't want to. Please don't unsubscribe. It's like that won't even cancel me. Please. Enjoy the tier list.
No. Why?
I have to make a tremendous
Some anything. And it has even the legendary bill.
Having a bunny won't be fun.
Fine!
Hey,
Guys, the challenge. Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Jaden, the mastermind of JKDB24, and today I'm making a different type of video. The tier list videos. And I'm planning on another rant, and I might give an update about Toonami Part 2 when the video is over. Alright, so just let's get started. Alright, so first we have, this is PlayStation, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Alright, so first off, we have the prototype PlayStation. Yes, Sony teamed up with Nintendo, and yes, Sony's the mastermind of PlayStation. They worked with Nintendo to make a CD version of the hugely popular SNES. So basically, how would I do the SNES alone? Because this is basically the same thing. So it has one of the big boys like Mario Land and like A Link to the Past. And a lot more. So basically, I'm giving this prototype an A tier. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. And we have the original PlayStation. So, it introduced us to stuff like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, like many more. So, bro, guess where you're going? You're going to the A tier. Alright, so first we have the prototype controller. So basically, it has a D-pad, yes, shoulder buttons, handles. This is the first company to use handles. The circle, triangle, square, and cross symbols. They actually have a meaning, and I'll go over these for just a minute. The triangle. Darn it, I forgot. The triangle knows where the player is heading. The square button is like a piece of paper and references the game's menu. And the circle and cross, my friend, is yes and no. And a selected start button. So basically for this one, I would give it a free S tier, but with its budget thing, I'm giving it a C. Not a D, a C tier. Alright, next is the dual analog, which is basically the same thing as the previous one, but with two analog sticks and a button to turn the capability on or off. Because of this, you're getting a B tier. Alright, now we have the first ever DualShock. We have the first DualShock ever to exist. Guess what, bro? Free S tier. Enjoy your free S tier. Right, next is the Pocket Station. So this baby was only in Japan. But sorry, bro. You're going to the F- tier. Probably if you weren't exclusively in Japan, then you would have gone a better rank. Why not release the Pocket Station everywhere else? Give us people outside of Japan support. Alright, next is the PS1, which is basically the same thing, so another A tier. Alright, Next up, we have the PS2. I mean, it is an improvement. It had it had other stuff like, for an example, like God of War. It's the best one, yeah. I mean, this was the same year as when the Crash Bandicoot mascot was no longer a mascot. It should have been a mascot like forever, Nintendo's Mario and Sega Sonic. I had this question around my head now. Who should be the Xbox mascot? Well, I'm gonna say it out loud now. I think it should be Halo. Yeah. I mean, it was there. I mean, Halo released like when the first Xbox was here. Even though this isn't about Xbox, this is about PlayStation. I'm just giving out my thoughts. So sorry PS2, but going to B tier, but above the dual analog because of your cool stuff. Now we have fundamental accessories. Sorry, we have the PSI, which is basically some sort of thing you can do. I don't know if it's similar to like the 2010 Xbox 360 Kinect. I'm not really sure anymore. I just don't know, okay? So, bro, I'm just giving you, you gotta forget it. A tier, not B, A tier. Next is the SingStar microphone. I mean, before this video was planned to set, I saw Nathaniel Bandy's ranking controllers. I heard that the SingStar microphone was crap. The SingStar microphone was crap. So it's going into this tier. Alright, now we have the buzzers. Next up we have the buzzers. Sorry. Sorry. Yug. I'm sorry. God, that is so ridiculous. Anyways, let's get into business here. Let's still get into business. Alright. So, basically, you, sir, are getting a free S tier because of your fundamental stuff. Like how you have buzzers. You're used for, well, maybe one game. Yeah, but how's this gonna fit in the A tier? Oh. Looks like the A tier is the biggest. And next is the DualShock 2. I mean, bro, it's the same thing as the original DualShock, but instead it's black. It's basically the same. It's basically the same deal. So I'm not gonna say that it's entirely a ripoff, but still, I'm getting this in A tier. Alright, next is the PSX. Same thing for the Pocket Station. I mean, it's just exclusive in Japan. I'm gonna say this once, I'm gonna say this again. If they give us people outside of Japan support, Sony, this is what you're gonna do against us? I mean, let us have some Pocket Station stuff. Whatever. Sorry. Give us support, Sony. Don't be like this. How about be kind to us? Anyways, moving on. We have the PSP. aka the PlayStation Portable. It's a banger. Though it's going head to head with the DS. It's going head to head with the DS. So, I don't know what to do with this guy. You know what? B tier. Alright, next is the PS3. So, basically, this is a banger. It doesn't have memory cards anymore. And if you're wondering, I'm not gonna include cartridges, discs. I'm not gonna include discs. I'm not gonna include discs or memory cards whatsoever. I'm just gonna throw them in the trash. It's not their time to shine anymore. But anyways, moving on. A tier without explanation. Alright, the next is the boomerang. I mean, this was the PS3 prototype controller. This was the prototype controller. And so, I mean, it had this cool thing where someone is mad and threw it away. It could just easily come back like an actual boomerang. I mean, with that, you're going to the S tier, buddy. Good job. So, next is the 6-axis, which introduced us to Uncharted. I mean, yeah, the PS3 introduced us to the Uncharted. Sorry. I'm sorry for buffering. And it introduced us to the motion. So buffery. But still, I'm giving this another A tier. And the DualShock 3, higher rank because it had the motion sensing. I mean, what brings those two apart is the vibration. Yes, the 6-axis didn't have vibration. Alright, moving on is the PS Vita. It's going above the PS3, and that's that. Right, next is the PS TV. Basically, I don't know what to do with this guy. I don't know what to do with this little buddy. I don't know what to do with this guy. Well, basically it's place with that can connect to your TV. You know, let me go below tiers. I'm giving this a D. And next is the PS4. This was major. I'm just saying it now. It's major. It's like, oh. So basically, this guy, this will be the first console to be in the S tier. Instead of it just being little controllers. Alright, next is the Slim Edition. Well, it's basically the same thing, but it's slimmer, so I'm giving this another S tier. Just don't ask. Alright, next is the DualShock 4. I mean, it was great and all, but there was one problem. Sorry. It's just the joysticks. So I'll just talk about it and we go there. I'm just giving this a B tier, and this is where we start with the DualShock version 2. So the light bar, let's talk about the light bar first. It was below. It was like the light bar was on the inside. I mean, you would see it on, and the light bar covered it. I mean, not covered it entirely. Sorry, I'm trying to think straight here. I'm doing this above because it's great. even though it introduced us to the touch screen and stuff. Alright, next is the PlayStation Classic. Guess what I'm gonna put this in? If you're wondering, yes, A tier. And also, what am I forgetting? However, it was in the beginning of the video. Alright, next is the PS5. This was a banger. This was a real son of a banger. It introduced us to Astro's Playroom. I mean, that game... I have a PS5 in real life. I'm not lying. I do. To be honest. So, with this cosmetics, letter S. And last but not least, the DualShock 5? Wait, what? Wait, they moved from the DualShock family? Oh, what's the name? Oh, thanks. Alright, last but not least is the DualSense. Sorry. Far better. It's far better improved. I mean, to start off, it had this great stuff, like a built-in microphone. I don't know what to say with this. Honestly, this is great controller. S, baby. Alright, and with that concludes... That finally concludes the tier list. The PlayStation tier list. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'm gonna do more, like Nintendo and Xbox, etc. So, with this, bye. It's time for the Toonami Part 2 update. So, I don't know when I'm gonna start production on it. I don't have production on it yet. And I just don't know when I'll release it. I'll give you guys the final release date when I have it.